Gallaudet University presents.
Palms, let's get them waving in the air. Welcome to the 6th Annual College Bowl of Alumni and the College Bowl team. I am Dylan Hinks. I will be your host for this evening, and I am the current SBG president for the class of 2013. We do also want to recognize all of the people who are participants in setting up this wonderful academic bowl. We have Travis Imel, Leanne Fami, she's back there, Tara Donovan, and Cheyenne Wilding. This group has worked very diligently to make this College Bowl event a success. Now, let's introduce our challengers. I think we'll let them go ahead and introduce themselves. Would you like to? Or I'll do it for you. We have Timothy Jeech, class of 61. Barbara Canapel, class of 61. Stephen Choff, class of 61. Elias Papacias, class of 86. Petra Horn Marsh, class of 86. And James Cartledge, class of 86. Now let's introduce our current Gallaudet College Bowl team. We have David Uzel, Meredith Peruzzi, Colin Whited, Gabrielle Pallone, and Allison Weiner. So if everyone's ready to begin the competition. Oh, first of all, we did want to let you know all of the College Academic Bowl champions that we have won, and we also have Bob Weinstock here, who has been involved with 6 out of these 7 championship teams. There are 2 rounds of 10 questions each, and we have the categories listed here on the slide. They include art and literature, current events, entertainment, and a variety of other questions that we will choose from. There are also some questions that relate specifically to events that took place during 1961 and 1986, so that team might have a little bit of a leg up. Here are our competition rules. First, we will display the category. We'll then display the question for 25 seconds. Each team will write their answer down, and it will be shown on the overhead. Each correct answer is awarded 5 points, and an incorrect answer is awarded 0 points. At the end of the round, the team with the most points wins. The acceptable answer must include names. It must include the answer itself as well. It must have correct capitalization. There can be no abbreviations. And you can omit a and the at the beginning of a sentence or an answer. So we'll go ahead and get started with our warm-up questions. The first category is history. And the first question: upon becoming President of the United States in 1961, John F. Kennedy appointed whom as his Attorney General? And it is time to display the answers. The current team, the current Gallaudet team says Robert Kennedy, as does the alumni team. And that answer is correct. A round of applause for both teams. So that was the warm-up, and that's what the rest of the format for this evening is going to look like. This is another warm-up question. And it is in the category of entertainment. The question is, what 1985 film starring Robert Redford and Meryl Streep won the Academy Award for Best Picture in 1986? And time is up. The alumni team wins with the film Out of Africa. The correct answer was Out of Africa. So we will now go ahead and begin round 1 with a total of 10 questions. The category is geography. The question reads, blank is famous for its 887 monumental statues called moi, created by the early Rapuni people. Both teams have responded with the answer Easter Island, and that is the correct answer. Each team is awarded 5 points. And the question is, on what road was the northwest campus of Gallaudet University, which was home to preparatory students in the 1980s and 1990s? And time is up. The alumni response is Kalina Street Northwest. And the current academic bowl team is 16th Street Northwest. Both answers are incorrect, so neither team is awarded points. The correct answer is Kalmia Road Northwest. Not Kalima, Kalmia. Our next question again is in the category of Gallaudetiana. And the question is, who was the first president in 1889 of what is now known as Gallaudet University Alumni Association? And time is up. The alumni team's response is George Veditz. And the current academic bowl team has no response. That answer was incorrect. The correct answer is Melville Ballard. On to our next question in the category of art and literature. The question is, in 1961, Joseph Heller wrote his first and most famous novel about U.S. servicemen serving in World War II. What was the title of this novel? And time is up. The alumni team has no response. The current academic bowl team says Catch 22, and actually the alumni team has put up South Pacific as an answer. The current academic bowl team has the correct answer. The alumni team is incorrect. The answer is catch-22. Our next category is again Gallaudetiana. And the question is, who became chairman of the Board of Trustees after Jane Bassett Spilman's resignation in the wake of the 1988 Deaf President Now movement? The alumni team's response is Philip Bravin. And the current Gallaudet team's response is Bravin. Both answers are correct. Both teams are awarded points. We have a point of contention here. The current team's spelling was incorrect.
From the audience, the point of contention is that you did not spell Bravin correctly.
It is, in fact, spelled correctly. And if I could have a clarification here, we do accept last names as a response. That is an acceptable answer. And they did spell it correctly, Bravin. So we'll move on to our next question. In the category of science, technology, and nature. The question is, what are the 4 main human blood types? Alumni team's response is A, B, O, and AB. And that is the same response that the Gallaudet team has. Both answers are correct. 5 points to each team. The next question again is in the category of Gallaudetiana. 2 buildings on campus are listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Name both. The alumni team responds with Chapel Hall and College Hall. The Gallaudet team responds with Chapel Hall and Old Gym. Both are incorrect answers. The correct answer is the Edward Minor Gallaudet Residence, also accepted as House 1, the President's House or the President's Residence, and Chapel Hall. Next category again in Gallaudetiana. And the question is, although she held many roles at Gallaudet, what was Elizabeth Peet's best known position on campus? The one she held for 50 years. And time is up. Both answers are Dean of Women, and both are correct. 5 points awarded to each team. Our current academic bowl team has 25 points, and the alumni team currently has 20. Our next category is sports and leisure. And the question is, which Major League Baseball team won the 1986 World Series, defeating the Boston Red Sox 4-3? The series is memorable for a colossal fielding error by Red Sox first baseman Bill Buckner in Game 6. The current Academic Bowl team responds with New York Mets, and the alumni say New York Yankees. The New York Mets is the correct answer. 5 points to the current Academic Bowl team. And question 10 in the category of Gallaudetiana. What invention got its start over a hill at Kendall Green, where Samuel F.B. Morse used to send a message from the U.S. Capitol to Baltimore? Both teams respond with the answer of telegraph. And that answer is correct. 5 points to each team. Our current score is 35 points for the current College Bowl team. We have a short intermission now, and I would like to call Jane Norman to the stage for a presentation.
Thank you. And give my blessings to your father. I'm so thrilled to see all of you here in the audience today. I would like to take a moment to tell you about a project I've been working on for the past 4.5 years. Not myself alone, but several people here at Gallaudet have been establishing or working to establish the Gallaudet University Museum. Yes, indeed. You will see once the academic bowl is completed. I do encourage you to take the walk over to the JSAC, the Student Academic Center, and we have a new exhibit that will be open. You may have been there earlier today. We were working on final preparations to be able to unveil the museum. Our official opening is on October 25th, but because you guys are here, your alumni, your students, your current students, old students, please come over to the JSAC building and visit our museum. We have entitled it, Making a Difference, Deaf Peace Corps Volunteers. Historically, deaf Peace Corps volunteers have gone and volunteered their time throughout the world, making an impact and a difference in deaf people's lives. This is a very exciting and fascinating exhibit. The Gallaudet University Museum is supporting this exhibit with a wonderful group of people here on campus. Obviously, the purpose of this museum is to preserve our culture, our language, our values, everything we hold dear, and then share that information with the world. Right now, in the world of museums, there is a serious gap in deaf history. There is no one museum that has an exhibit that solely showcases what deaf people have done throughout history. So now the Gallaudet Museum will fill that gap. The Gallaudet University Museum wants to work collaboratively with museums around the United States. There is currently about 28 museums that have a deaf focus, and they're housed in different places, some in residential schools for the deaf and some in other locations. We want to partner with these institutions, start a dialogue, start a partnership that hopefully will showcase our heritage and our history. We have an important story to share with the world. And that is impossible for us to move forward without the alumni support and participation. These are exciting times. We're thrilled that you, the alumni, will be able to see this exhibit. Without Gallaudet University's leadership, this museum would not be possible. Now, on behalf of the museum committee, I am very proud to announce that the Gallaudet University Museum is, in fact, a member of the American Association of Museums. Quite a feat. It's also a member of the Academic Association of Museums and Galleries, two professional, esteemed organizations that Gallaudet is now proud to be a member of. I've been attending their meetings for quite some time, and I have learned a great deal from those organizations, but they have, in fact, learned a great deal from us as well in terms of accessibility and the deaf way of life. I've told them who we are, and so I invite you, please come and visit in the Student Academic Center. The only thing I have to bribe you with is cookies. I have a lot of cookies over there. I need to take a moment and thank our president, Dr. Alan Hurwitz, and his lovely wife, our First Lady, Vicki Hurwitz. Without their undying support and encouragement, Gallaudet's museum would have been very difficult to attain. I would also like to thank Dr. Stephen Weiner, our provost, who had continued support throughout this endeavor. Our First Lady has graciously accepted our invitation to serve as our honorary chair on the Friends of Gallaudet University Museum Council. I would also like to announce that Jack and Rosalind Gannon are honorary co-chairs of the Gallaudet University Museum as well. We have a very strong committee, and together, and I look at each one of you, everyone in the audience and on the stage, will help to share our story with the world. This museum is all about taking exemplary works from deaf history and showing them to the world. We will host lecture series, we will host workshops, all made possible through people like yourselves. I look forward to talking with each and every one of you, answering any questions that you have, and showing you our new museum office, which is in the basement of Chapel Hall. This afternoon in Chapel Hall was a very special moment. I saw the class from 50 years ago receive their medallions, and next year it'll be my turn. This shows that Gallaudet University students have an enormous impact on deaf people throughout the world. I have cookies. Remember, I have cookies. I will see you later. Thank you very much, and good luck to both teams. Okay, on to round two. Welcome back. 10 questions in round two. Question number 1 comes from the category of history. Right now, as it stands, the current College Bowl team has 35, and the alumni team has 25 points. Question. In 1917, King George V changed the name of the British royal family from the House of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha to the House of blank. The College Bowl team's answer is Windsor. The alumni team answer is Windsor. Both are correct answers. Each team is awarded 5 points. Question number 2, Gallaudetiana. Members of the class of 1986 attended Gallaudet under 3 presidents. Name all 3 presidents in order, Only last names are required. Time is up. The College Bowl team answers Lee, Johns, and Merrill. Alumni, your answer? Johns, Lee, and Zinzer. Both teams have the incorrect answer. The answer is Merrill, Johns, and Lee. So the college team almost had it, but in reverse order. Question number 3, current events. Name the autocratic leader of Libya who ruled from 1969 to 2011 and who was killed yesterday. Only the last name is required. Both teams have answered Gaddafi. However, they've been spelled differently. We have an objection from the college team. Are we allowed an objection? The 3 spellings that are acceptable are listed here on the board. Now, question number 4, Gallaudetiana. The current score is the Gallaudet College Bowl team 40, the alumni 35 points. What 2 student organizations were both founded in 1892? Give their current names. Time is up. Answers, please. The College Bowl team's answer is the Buff and Blue and Phi Kappa Zeta. The alumni team says the Literary Society and Phi Kappa Zeta, using the Delta letters. The College Bowl team wins. The alumni have the incorrect answer. The correct answer is the Buff and Blue and Phi Kappa Zeta. The question asked for the current names. That's why the alumni's answer of the Literary Society is unacceptable. Currently, the score is 45 to 35. Question number 5, coming from the category of deaf studies. Who is the only deaf person ever to be named a MacArthur Fellow? Time is up. The College Bowl team says Padden, as does the alumni team, Padden. Both teams are correct. Both teams are awarded 5 points. The current score is 50 to 40. Question number 6 from Gallaudetiana. Name this object which sits in the office of the president. College Bowl team said the little iron dog. The alumni team says the black dog. The College Bowl team is correct. This is called the little iron dog. Current score 55-40. Next question, question number 7 from Gallaudetiana. Which U.S. president signed the diplomas of the first 3 graduates of the Columbia Institution for the Instruction of the Deaf and Dumb and Blind in 1869? The College Bowl team has an answer of Grant. The alumni team has the same answer. Both answers are correct. Currently, we're at 60 points to 45 with the College Bowl team in the lead. Question number 8 comes from the category of entertainment. Elizabeth Taylor won the Academy Award of Merit for Performance by an Actress, which is Best Actress, in 1961 for her performance as Gloria Wandrous in what 1960 film? Time is up. Answers, please. The College Bowl team said The Apartment, and the alumni team answered Butterflies. 8. Both teams are incorrect. The answer, please. Butterfield, 8. Butterfield, 8. Question number 9 from Gallaudetiana. Men's basketball began at Gallaudet in 1904. When did women's basketball begin? Time is up. Answers, please. The alumni team says 1899. College Bowl team says 1895. Neither answers are correct. The answer is 1896. That's right. Women played basketball before men. Question 10 from Gallaudetiana. In 1856, who donated 2 acres of land from his estate to establish a school and housing for 12 deaf and 6 blind students? Both teams have answered. I apologize, I didn't see it. They answered before time was up. Both said Kendall, Amos Kendall, correct answer. Congratulations to both teams. We finished with a score of 65 for the Gallaudet University College Bowl team and 50 points for the alumni. I hope everyone had a great time. First of all, thank you to the interpreters who've been working hard. Thank you for our judges, our PowerPoint operator. There's a lot of people who made this event happen. Thank you to all.
This has been a production of Gallaudet University. Find us online at www.gallaudet.edu.